How are you feeling about coming to Wenatchee School District to be the superintendent here?
I am extremely honored, blessed, and excited to become part of the community, of the Wenatchee community, being a part of the organization, and really working to move the organization even further along. Brian and his team have done great work, and I really just look to continue to enhance that. I am really excited about this opportunity. Excited to be back to a K-12 district. That's where the vast majority of my career was in a K-12 district. I currently serve as a K-8 superintendent, which is pretty normal out here in Illinois, having elementary districts and then high school districts. So I'm excited to get back to a K-12 environment.
What's the difference between a K-8 to a K-12? Why does that excite you?
Seeing that full continuum for students from pre-K all the way through high school, and then on to college and career, seeing that continuum and seeing that connectivity, that connective tissue that really goes throughout the entire organization. I think it's important for kids to move from, as they transition from elementary to middle to high school, and then high school and beyond, whatever that beyond looks like, opening those doors for students. And each group of students are so unique that I love engaging with all three levels, and even our preschoolers, where it all starts, and our birth to 3 programs. Those are critical. So excited about that, excited about being part of a community that really values and wants to be a part of the conversation. And that's what I'm used to here in Glen Ellen, a very engaged community.
Before this announcement, the big news was really all about how the school district was going to vet its potential candidates for the position. I wonder, especially about now that one's been selected in yourself, how you go about vetting the school districts, because obviously you don't want to just work for anybody. So how did you find out more information about Wenatchee and its school district and its educational system?
The superintendent world is a small world, so you have those connections, but you also do a lot of research, a lot of time sitting and reading, watching what's occurring in the Wenatchee Public Schools, trying to have a deep understanding. You're right. It's both ways. It's got to be a relationship that's reciprocal, and I found it's why I threw my name in the hat, or because of the student population, K-12 environment, the work that's already been going on. I'm really serious when I say this. I was so impressed with the students through my interviews, or even when I was just when they had me tour the buildings, seeing and engaging with students, and just having these really unique encounters with them. It really solidified my decision to throw my name in the hat, because of the staff, the students, and the community. That was honestly a really big piece, was the willingness for the community to want to be at the table and have a conversation and really work towards making Wenatchee Public Schools great for every kid, whatever that great looks like for each kid. That's what excited me about it, from the students to the staff to the community, and then getting to meet the board. Excited about working together with the board. That's why I threw my name in, and I was fortunate enough to be selected to help the organization achieve the really important outcomes for kids.
And speaking of achieving those outcomes, Dr. Gordon, it's a tough question, almost an unfair question, because you haven't even started yet. But is there something that you've perceived, or something that you really feel like your presence here will be able to bring to the district that perhaps it already has and could be enhanced, or perhaps that maybe even is missing? Is there anything that you've looked at that kind of in your own mind you've thought, in my first year of tenureship, my first 12 months, 18 months even, I want to get this done for the kids of the Wenatchee School District?
I think when I think about my first few months and then moving into the year, for me, really learning about the community, learning about having a deep understanding of each school, the school district overall, and where we're trying to go. But I think what I bring is the ability to see big picture, have strategic thinking about how to achieve those goals, and really bringing people together around a core set of values and beliefs. That's something that I work hard on. I talked about it during the interviews and at the community forum. I think values and beliefs ground us all in the work we're trying to accomplish. So that's something that I'm proud of. No matter when if I was a principal at Westlake Middle School way back in the day, to being a chief academic officer, to being a superintendent, really proud of the work that we do around beliefs and values. And I think that's something that I'll be able to offer to the community. But honestly, it's a lot of listening, a lot of ensuring that everybody's welcome to the table, and that the community starts to build trust with me. And I understand trust takes time and it takes opportunities. So I want to make sure that during especially those early months that I'm there, that we're having unique opportunities for me and for the community, our staff, our students to engage. And so I can hear and listen to their stories. I think that's the other thing that I bring. I put a lot of value in hearing the stories of each person and their why behind what they're trying to accomplish. I have great faith in people, and I think that sets me apart at times from others. I believe in people, and I believe in the good work we're doing. And then you align that with some of the strategic thinking that I bring forward. I think it's a good combination for Wenatchee and where we're going.
Perfect. Well, let's dispense with the professional questions. And I know I already kind of gave you this spiel, but for the record, Dr. Gordon, talk to us again about your personal background, coming to Wenatchee, where you're from originally, where you're coming from, and coming to Wenatchee, how that feels.
I'm, again, super excited to be heading to Wenatchee. My wife and I, and our dog Iggy. My two kids are my son graduated last June from DePaul University down in Chicago. My daughter's a senior at University of Kansas, a little Jayhawk. So she'll graduate this May, and she's headed off to New York. And my son's good in Chicago. But where I came from was a little city outside of Denver, between Denver and Boulder in Colorado, Westminster. When I was growing up, it was just, we had moved probably when I was around 10. I had always lived in Westminster, but we moved a little bit more north, and it was just wide open fields for literally as far as the eye could see, farms. My parents in the summer just kind of opening up the door and we go running out there. From that to being a high school football coach, a teacher at Northeast Middle School, to being an assistant principal, to being a principal of Westlake Middle School. So one of the things that I'm most proud of in my career, really working with a community to transform the thinking around a school. That's still some of my most important work, that a community really lifted up a school and said, this is a great place. And then working as a chief academic officer for a district that I grew up in, a district of 42,000 students with very different socioeconomics from the south end of the district to the north end of the district, and that those opportunities to engage with different people. And then it's really an honor to become the superintendent in Glen Ellen for the past 6 years. We're really proud. I am exceptionally proud of the work that we've done here, improving the opportunities for some of our most impoverished kids, while continuing to improve the outcomes for our non-low income students, having growth and achievement across the board. But more than anything, across the board, really proud of all the relationships and working with people. I think that's what I know as I walk, get ready to leave Glen Ellen at the end of June. Our relationships will sustain because they're built on trust, integrity, and care for people. And that's what I'm looking forward to bringing to Wenatchee is relationships and connecting with people and believing in people and making sure people have a seat at the table. So I'm excited about it. But yeah, I come from a little small town originally when I was growing up. So I'm excited to get back to that feel and get back to the mountains, get back to snowboarding, seeing the rivers and being in the community, at the public markets and other places like that.
Outstanding. What kind of dog is Iggy? Just curiously.
He is he's a mutt. He is 100% mutt. We got him from the Naperville Humane Society, and my daughter, my wife, a number of years ago when we first got out here, like, okay, our other dog Rocket had passed away. He was 15 years old. We're like, we're good. We don't need a dog. 2 months go by. Like, let's just go look at dogs. I'm literally still filling out the paperwork. Lady says, oh, they're back there. I go back. These two are rolling around with the dog. I'm like, I guess we got a dog.
That's usually how it works, isn't it?
That's usually how it works, yeah. And Iggy is, he's a mess. He's just a big old mutt, cute as all get out. So, yeah, he's coming with us. So my wife, Marianne, who I've been married for 23, 24 years, and my dog, Iggy, and we'll trying to find a place so our kids come back and see us on occasion.
Outstanding. Well, I know you've got a real supportive community that you're coming to. I can speak from a lifetime of experience there. So, perfect. Dr. Gordon, I appreciate the time. Is there anything else that you want to mention? Or?
No, thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate it.